We're asked to find how many protons and electrons, we'll also do neutrons, are in each of these atoms. These atoms are neutral atoms. The number of protons, which are positive, must equal the number of electrons, which are negative. Let's find these elements on the periodic table. Fluorine is number 9. It's right up here in the top right. That is the atomic number, the smaller whole number. That tells you the number of protons. So we know fluorine has 9 protons, which are positive charges, and therefore it must have 9 electrons to balance out those positive charges. Electrons are negative. Now, the mass is the larger number. Usually it's not a whole number, and that's because it's an average of all the isotopes, and we're going to round that up to 19. The particles that make up the mass of an atom are the protons and the number of neutrons. And so that's got to add up to 19. So 9 plus what will give us 19? Well, that's 10. We must have 10 neutrons. 9 plus 10 gives us 19. All right, let's move a little faster here. Let's do calcium, number 20 on the periodic table. 20. For calcium, that tells us there are 20 protons. Again, the atomic number tells you the number of protons. So there are 20 protons. And since they're positive, we must also have 20 electrons in a neutral calcium atom, which all of these are neutral atoms. Let's take a look at the mass. The mass of a calcium atom is 40. Again, the mass is made up of the protons and the neutrons. Right, so how many neutrons do we have to give us a total mass of 40 AMU? So 20 plus 20, we must have 20 neutrons. Okay, 20 plus 20 gives us 40. Electrons have negligible mass. All right, let's move on to aluminum. Find aluminum on the periodic table is number 13. So that atomic number tells us the number of protons. So we have 13 protons, 13 electrons. How many neutrons do we have? Again, it's the protons and the neutrons that have most of the mass in an atom. Take a look at the mass here is 27. We've got to have protons and neutrons adding up to 27. Well, it's 14 plus 13 will give us 27. So we must have 14 neutrons. Finally, potassium. Let's find potassium on the periodic table. Right there. 19 protons, 19 electrons. The mass has to add up to 39. So 19 plus 20 is 39. There you go. For potassium, 19 protons, 19 electrons, and 20 neutrons.